1:30 to 4 o'clock, Chapter 1, The Job. SFX. Rain on metal. Distant city hum. A junction box clicks open. Narrator. Blackface stood in the mouth of that alley, collar up, the brim of his hat throwing a shadow that made his already dark fur look like something cut from the night itself. Beside him, Jojo crouched over a rusted junction box, tail flicking with the rhythm of a cat working faster than his own good sense. Blackface. Low gravel. You sure about the timing? Jojo. Not looking up, focused. 30 seconds after I cut the loop, the cameras freeze on a still frame. Frasconi's boys won't know the difference between a live feed and a photograph till somebody actually walks into frame and doesn't move. Blackface. And if somebody does walk into frame? Jojo. Grinning, sharp. Then we improvise. Like always. SFX. Tools clicking against metal. Narrator. It was supposed to be simple. Fat Face had cased the meat exchange for 3 weeks. KC had drawn the floor plan from memory after a single walkthrough. White Boy Kitty had the getaway car idling 4 blocks over, engine warm, radio tuned to the police band. All Blackface and Jojo had to do was get in, get the ledger, get out. Jojo. You ever notice that every time somebody says a job is simple, it turns into the kind of night people write songs about? Blackface. Nobody's writing songs about tonight. Jojo. That's what you said about the warehouse war. SFX. Junction box clicks, sparks once, goes dark. Jojo. Whispering, we're in. Clocks running. SFX. Footsteps moving through a loading dock. Echoing space. Distant drip of water. Narrator. They moved through the loading dock like 2 shadows who'd rehearsed the choreography of being unseen. 100 jobs, give or take, since the day Blackface had pulled a half-starved, big-mouthed alley kitten out of a ghost syndicate debt trap and never quite gotten around to letting him go. Narrator. Jojo liked to say Blackface saved his life. Blackface never talked about it, but he'd taken a bullet meant for that kitten once, early on, in a doorway on 5th and Vine. And something about that night had turned a rescue into a partnership. And a partnership into the closest thing either of them had to family. SFX. Safe mechanism clicking, tumblers falling. A heavy thunk. Jojo. Breathing, satisfied, got it. SFX. Ledger being lifted. Heavy leather binding. Narrator. The ledger came out heavy, leather bound. The ink inside worth more than the gold-plated fixtures in Frasconi's office upstairs. SFX. Click. Every light in the loading dock snapping on at once. Narrator. That was when the lights came on. Not the cameras. The lights. Every bulb in the loading dock snapping to life at once. And in the sudden white glare, Blackface saw them. A dozen shapes fanning out from the shadows they'd trusted a minute ago. SFX. Footsteps. Multiple sets. Surrounding them. Silvio. Smooth, unhurried, smiling through his voice.